Thanks for joining me in this short video. In this short video, I'm going to be discussing why I believe that many of you should not be selling AI automation services as promoted on Nick Sarev's platform, but should indeed sell answer engine optimization services and generative engine optimization services during this current AI boom that we're in. And this is coming from someone who myself has worked significantly with Nick. I'm Caleb Turner, and let's get into the video. And look, not that it really matters, but I know someone's going to say, hey, you probably don't even really know Nick. Hey, I'm not saying that we hang out at the club together. I'm saying that we've worked together extensively. You can see a message here that I sent him via email and his response here. And it goes on and on and on. This is since the beginning of 2024. And as you can see, he's still listed as a writer on my website. So Nick is a great guy. There's nothing against him. I just don't want people getting wrapped up in the AI automation hype when it's not best for them. And when answer engine optimization, generative engine optimization may be a better fit for them. And I'll get into the details here of what I mean in a second. And you can make your own decision, make up your own mind for which route, which path you think makes the most sense for you. So with that being said, I'm not some random commenter who just has a random opinion. I've been in the answer engine optimization, generative engine optimization space literally since it began and before it began. And I've worked with Nick himself extensively, as I've already explained, and I've seen the playbook build from its inception. And so what Nick basically has done is he's created a community. He creates content. He has a big YouTube channel. He has Maker School, where he teaches people how to create and set up and configure and run, and even in a lot of cases sell AI automation services. And that's great, and that'll help a lot of people. But for a lot of people, it won't be the best option. And the reason I say that is because one thing that you have to keep in mind is that you always want to look at what someone does, not what they say, right? Meaning, how does the person actually make their money? Not necessarily only what they're trying to sell you. So if you want to follow in his footsteps, you want to be a creator yourself. You want to be a content creator. You want to build a community yourself. Do you understand? Again, you're looking at what he did, not just what he's selling or what he's saying. So this would fit you if you want to build a community, be a content creator, and teach AI automation to other people. That's when Nick's playbook would bring you equal or similar success to what it's brought him. Additionally, you want to be very adept and proficient with tools like N8N, Make, Zapier, etc. You also want to be very technical, as Nick is. Right? You see him making the videos where he's showing how to configure and run all of these different things. That should be you if you want to go this route, the route that he's gone. If that's not you, if you don't want to build a bunch of content, if you don't want to build a community, if you don't want to teach other people how to sell AI automation, if you're not proficient with Zapier, with Make, with N8N, etc., if you're not technical, if you don't desire to do things this way and to sell to a global market, that might not be your best option. So that brings me to my point. What do virtually all business owners, virtually all shareholders have in common when it comes to their business? That's right. They want more leads. They want more customers. They want more revenue. Period. That's what everyone wants and needs. So what makes more sense? Does it make more sense to tell someone to come to them and say, I will build you AI automation workflows. I'll set up N8N workflows. I'll set up make workflows. Or does it make more sense to tell them, I'll bring you more business and more clients and more customers by building your visibility in AI search engines, and then follow through with that? Because as we all know, people are now searching on ChatGPT, they're searching on Perplexity, they're searching on Gemini, they're searching on Google AI mode. And even if you look historically, or the organic channel, or let's just say organic presence, has always been the most lucrative channel. If you look historically, I would say within the past 10, 20 years for businesses, comparable only to email marketing. Email marketing, and I'm not speaking about cold email, not cold email, but where you have opt-in emails from people who have opted in to receive emails from you, like a newsletter. Organic and opt-in emails. Those are the biggest and most lucrative channels for businesses. So this is what I mean when I say selling random AI automation workflows is not the best bet for many of you. And most importantly, it's not the best bet for your potential customers and clients. What your potential customers and clients need is to grow their businesses by getting more revenue, more clients, and more customers. And then they can worry about that AI automation stuff after that. They can weave that in. But first and foremost, they need to get revenue through the door. And you want to be the one to help them do that. And that's what this YouTube channel is all about. So to be clear, I'm not saying that you should not sell AI automation services or that you should not be a part of Maker School. I think that you should do those things, as I already explained, if you actually want to follow in Nick's footsteps, and if you are adept or proficient or are becoming adept and proficient and like working with those tools, and you're actually interested in that. Just to be clear. But I think that for most other people that doesn't fit, this would be a preferable option. Now you can see I made a small comparison here. So on the left side, you see it says selling random AI automations. And the pros are essentially that it's a hot and trendy topic and that there are tons of interesting tools to play with. And to be fair, I could have also put that in some cases, yes, you can help your customer or client to get more business and more revenue and more customers in some cases. But in the majority of cases, at least that I've seen, that's not what people are selling when they're selling AI automation services. Essentially, what most people are selling are ways to make businesses more efficient, make processes run smoother, etc., which is important, but it is secondary or tertiary, right? It takes a back seat to revenue and profit and getting new leads and customers. And you can see the cons are that it's harder to explain value in plain money terms. The world and the internet is flooded with random AI agency, generic AI agency pitches, and that essentially it doesn't tie clearly, as I already mentioned, to revenue, which makes it a harder business decision for businesses that want to be careful about how they spend their money. In other words, you'll be one of the first to get cut when people are cutting their budget. On the other hand, the answer engine optimization, the generative engine optimization, which is an additional layer on top of the standard search engine optimization, you can see that the pros are there's a direct link to revenue building, a direct link to getting you more customers and clients. It's easy to productize into repeatable packages. You can show rankings, you can show traffic, you can show conversions, calls, form fills, inclusion in AI prompts. There's a plethora of different tools to do that. You can show the growth. And the cons are that the results do take time, right? Organic search is not something that you build a presence for overnight. So that is one of the cons there. And also, you do have to learn about search, content structure, analytics, etc., and how it all works. Organic search is the most lucrative channel that has the highest ROI, comparable only to, as I already mentioned, opt-in email marketing. All right, guys, so if you want to be known as the Zapier workflow guy or the Maker workflow guy, right, then you would sell the generic AI automation services. If you want to be known as the guy that helps you get more revenue, get you more clients, get you more business, answer engine optimization, generative engine optimization is generally the best idea. So that's it, guys. Essentially, I'm here to let you know that you have options when it comes to this AI thing. If you are a person who wants to build a big creator brand, you want to build a community, you want to teach others, you want to build a lot of content, you're technical, you love using Make, you love using N8N to build workflows, etc., then going Nick's route would be best for you. But if you're someone who wants to be known as the guy that helps build a business's revenue, builds their presence, builds their following, builds their traffic, builds their leads in the era of AI search, then you may want to go the answer engine optimization, generative engine optimization route, which is the lane I'm in every day. So if you're leaning towards the AEO and GEO route, stick around in this channel. I'm going to go into details about how to perform these services, how to help clients. I'll show some wins. I'll show how it's done, and we'll get into the details. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know if you're team AEO, GEO, or if you're team AI automation. And if you yourself have a business that you want to grow your revenue for, grow your leads, grow your traffic in the era of AI search, go ahead into the description box and we have a free AI checklist that will run your website through, let you know what needs to be optimized, and you can go and implement those things yourself, or we can do it for you. All right, guys, take care.